Yeah. Hello everyone. Welcome. So back to class 2. You know that in class 2 I was teaching you how to count your octaves, right? I was teaching you how to count your octaves, and I told you that for those that are keyboard is starting with C, the key letter C this is your C, right? This is your C, this is your C, this is your C, C. So for those that keyboard is beginning with C, I told you that you will count it this way. This is C, this is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Then this is your first octave, right? This is your first octave, right? So and this is second octave. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This is your second octave. So you will put your thumb in this first C, and you put your pinky finger on the last C. Did you get it? Right? So I remember I also taught you that remember what we did it in class 2. I told you that my keyboard is 5 octave keyboard, right? So this is C1, C2, C3, C3, can you say it? C4 and C5. So, and I remember I also told you that the keys in the keyboard are repeated in sequence and series. The only difference now, this C that is here is the same thing that is here. It's the same C that is here. It's the same C that is here, and it's the same C that is here as well. The only difference is that this C is higher in sound and in version and in tone than this one. You see? That's why if you look at the notes I gave you in the group, you will always go through the note before you watch the video, because the note will guide you. Do you understand? Always go through the notes first before you watch any video I post on the group, because the note will guide you. Remember I said in the note, I said this C that is here is the same thing with this C. The same thing with this C. But the only difference is that this C is higher in sound. It's higher in sound, it's higher in version, and it's higher in tone than this C. But it's the same thing. So the higher you go, the higher the sound becomes, and it projects. You see, you can see this low. You can see it's getting high. Now it's getting lighter. So the higher the more you project forward, or the more you ascend, the lighter the sound becomes. This is the deep side, the bass side. Do, you can see, do, it has lighting up. Do. So the more you ascend from this place to this place, the lighter the sound becomes. Do you get? The lighter the sound becomes, and the higher the sound projects. So don't confuse it. The same thing that is here, the same thing that is here, the same thing that is here, the same thing that is here. So the same thing. Do you get it? So if the same thing. So if your keyboard is starting with F, it's also the same thing. But peradventure you count F, for example. This is first F, second F, third F, fourth F. So it's the same thing all over again. The only difference is that the sound becomes lighter as you are ascending from the low C or from the low F or from the low A. If your keyboard is beginning with A, you can start A to A first, A to A second, A to A third. So the higher you go, the lighter the sound becomes, and the higher the sound projects. But they are the same thing. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.